You ready?
Yeah.
Let's rock this podcast. All right, Lumi Bro Nation. Today we've got an incredible LumiCast with none other than Marcus Popoff, AKA the Solar Panther. So guys, I'm very excited about this podcast. We're gonna be talking about how you can really just unleash your inner animal, come out here and be a top producer, find the power within you to go out here and be successful and really be a superhero out here. Lumi Bros, we are the #1 solar salesman in America. Would you concur?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So I'd like to introduce you guys to Marcus Popoff. He's only been out here for 3 months with us, and he's already become one of, if not the top producer of the Lumi Bros in a very short amount of time. So Marcus, I'd like to just kind of hear about your background, skills that you've learned over your career that have been able to be applied to what we're doing now with solar, with the Lumi Bros, and then just how you've found so much success so quickly, bro. And
cool.
Thank you for taking the time today too. I appreciate it, bro.
Cool. I appreciate it. So my whole life I've been an entertainer. I've been an actor. I've been acting since I was 5 years old. And so it was crazy coming into this, seeing all the through lines between being a salesman and being an actor. It's absurd, actually, right? So when I came into the trainings and I was hearing you guys talking about the body language, right? I'd heard somebody say something like, I'm a bigger guy, so I know to shrink myself, right? So that there's none of that intimidation, right? Or the, what's the word? The nonverbals.
Yep, paraverbals.
The paraverbals,
yep.
Right? And that could be that's acting 101, right?
Yep.
Or when you're watching the people go over the script you gave them, right? And you start to see people who have nailed the script one way, right? They have their one way. But then when you guys start talking about the type of people you might interact with, right? They're being completely different types of people. They're going to respond to that one way completely differently, right? So it's the same thing in acting. I can practice my lines. I can go over this monologue. I nailed it this one way, right? The one way I know how to do it is I'm going to be extra aggressive, right? What are you doing in my house? Right? That's how I'm gonna do the line. What are you doing in my house?
Hey man, I'm just here to get a savings report to you.
Exactly.
You gotta channel them, right? You got to match them.
Right. If I mastered it that one way, what are you doing in my house? So when you have people who, when they're going over their script, they have one way of saying it. There's multiple people that they could interact with. That one way of saying it might be perfect for a tiger, right? But if you're not a good listener and you're not able to improv, if you're not truly there present in the moment, that person is going to read you and the scene will fail, right? So it was the being able to stay on your toes, being a good listener, being able to actually interact with the person at the door and not just having a script, because that's what every single salesman has. Everybody has a script. Everybody has someone telling them that if you say it exactly this way, this is going to bring you success. You have to be able to adjust. So to watch the people who had it one way, but then to hear you guys say, hey, there's 4 different types of people you're going to meet at the door.
The bull, the owl, the tiger, the lamb.
Again, acting 101.
Yep.
Like that is acting 101. Be a good listener.
Dive into a little bit more. So you talked about how you were so shocked at how similar it was with acting and with what we're doing in sales. Can you dive a little bit more into that and what you mean by that?
Yeah, so it's a scene, right? Like you're there with an objective that you have to land on the person that you're interacting with. I have to make you do something with my words, right? So if the line is, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, blank on a screen, right? With no intention attached to it. You can do so many things with, hey, what's up? So if I hit you with, I go, hey, man, what's up?
What's up, bro?
Right.
Yeah.
But if I hit you, man, with, hey, what's up?
I'd be like, what's up?
Right. So the context changes everything. You know what I mean? So you have an objective. And if the objective is to get this person who knows nothing about solar to fall in love with solar, right? That in itself, that is acting. I have to land my objective on you, right? Yep. And so I have to be able to do that regardless of what you give back to me.
Yep.
Right? I have that in that way. And so
incredible.
Yeah, from the actor work, right? Learning my lines.
Okay. That was my next question. So, for those of you that are watching that were not an actor before, didn't have, you said you have a degree in acting, right? Which is incredible. What are some advice or some tips that you've got for the people watching for how they can become a good actor, right? Because that is what we're doing on the doors.
Sure.
This is literally $1 million script.
Sure.
That we're teaching, right?
Yep.
But then the paraverbals are so important. So what are some things that you've learned in your acting career that you think have helped you translate so people can be a superhero out here?
Perfect. Don't appear to be, don't attempt to appear to be, just be. Just be. So many people when they get into acting, They know that there's technique involved and they get trapped in their own heads. And it's the same exact thing with this. You know that there are so many things I could do that would bring me success. But if you're up here, you're not going to be here and you're going to fall on your face. So just be. So instead of thinking like, I need to seem genuine, I need to appear genuine, just be genuine, right? Like just be genuine. I need to seem like a good listener. Don't seem like a good listener, listen, right? Like actually just be everything that you're trying to attempt to be. So there is preparation, right? There is preparation involved, but the preparation is done so that no thought has to happen in that moment. You can just be present, right? So it's not about doing preparation so that you can be chlorinated and stale and a robot, because that's going to turn the person off immediately. And it's the first thing I actually did at the door. Like I felt like I was going to come out and have success right away. And my first door, I went into that, I'm just telling them all the good stuff. Right. You know what I mean? It does this, it does this, it does this, it does this. I'm running over my scene partner. Yep. I'm not giving them a chance to respond. Yep. I'm not looking at their body language and changing how I'm speaking. I went in with this is how I plan my script, and I'm gonna do it this way regardless of what they give me. And it fell on its face, right? I'm not interested. You know what I mean? And so you learn and you adjust. It's it's a new stage, but
guys, this is amazing so far. I need you to drop a thumbs up if you're enjoying this podcast so far. And honestly, bro, like I'm kind of just thinking now, it's like, all right, so you are able to master the paraverbals. Like even like how you're talking to people now, like you're a master in this, bro. And so, I think for everybody like watching, it's like how can you do that? It's just by role playing, practicing, right? Look at yourself in the mirror. And really just, I think a lot of people say fake it till you make it. Forget that. Make it till you make it, right? You really want to make it right now. And so how you do that is like, I love what you said. Don't pretend to be genuine, like be genuine, right? How can you be genuine? Google it, right? But like, how can you be genuine? Just be genuine, right? Like that's it. Just be, right? Don't fake it. Be it. For real. And so we're helping the people out. They should feel that, but then like your paraverbals have to be nasty. Like you have to have good eye contact. You have to have different tonality. You have to be able to look at their body, and then just stay on the straight line. So that's good. Anything else you want to add in there before we head into our next topic?
Just because there's multiple versions of yourself doesn't mean that all those versions of yourself can't be genuine. Do you have a part of you that is gentle? You absolutely do. Do you have a part of you that is brave? You absolutely do. It doesn't mean that because those are the antithesis of each other that they're not both genuine. So do the work so that you have a genuine you when it is a guy who has a lot of energy at the door, or have a genuine you who's a guy, it's a bull and he wants to butt heads with you. So the work has to be done before. So again, in the moment you can be. I have version A, B, C, D, E, F, G of me that are all 100% genuine, but which one fits my scene partner? Yep. Right? Yep.
And you got the little old lady like, oh, how's it going, man?
Right. And so I'm going to shake myself.
We're just helping Nancy out.
Hey, grandma, you know what I mean? I know you're getting beat up by the lecture. I'm not trying to overwhelm you, right? Versus, you know what I mean, right? I know.
Incredible. Incredible. So. All right. Well, I think we need to definitely do a part 2 podcast so you can teach more about that. Maybe we can do like a Lumi class, but let's head into our next topic. So I just want to hear about your background, bro. Like what inspired you to get into acting? What was it that, you're in middle school, high school that made you want to be an actor? And then just your journey, like how you heard about the Lumi Bros from Drew to this point now where you've come out here and you did 11 deals as a setter your first 2 months, and then came out here last month, wrapping up our season 10 blitz, and you did 9 out of 10 deals sat you closed, which those of you who know is pretty damn good. So great job, but tell us just the journey, bro, the story of, kind of like where you started, how you heard about the Lumi Bros, and where you're at now.
Okay, so me, I'm a talker and like a ham and a goofball and all this stuff, right? So that's where acting comes into play. But for someone who isn't, obviously being a talker helps you in this, right? But for somebody who isn't, like for example, I'm going to use I have a friend, Jay, who Jay just got into this as well. Jay is not a talker. If we're sitting in a room for 3 hours, he's not going to say a word. But still, this opportunity was so good, I have to give him the shot. Because when you guys are saying, if you can just get down what we're giving you as a bare minimum, and you talk to 100 doors, if you went to the door and just said, free solar, one of those people is going to be interested, right? So I couldn't not give him the opportunity just because I knew he wasn't naturally inclined to it. But in the same way, me being a talker might warm up a lot of people, but there's somebody who it turns off. There's somebody who's going to see me as a talker and be like, that dude's a lot, and wish that I was Jay, wish that I was soft-spoken, wish that I was quiet, right? So truly, as there are an unlimited amount of types of people, there's an unlimited amount of types of perception. So whoever you are, whatever you look like, however you act, however you speak, you are somebody's cup of tea, right? So being your best self is the work that you have to do, but really come as you are. You know what I mean? Somebody's waiting on you. There's somebody that I can't reach, that even with all the practice and everything I put in, it's just something about me that we don't click, right? The math problem doesn't work out. But if it was Jay, if it's quiet Jay, then they can hear him. You know what I mean? But okay, so my journey. First blitz, came in, it's Waco. We pull up to the hotel.
Season 8.
Season 8. They had me pick up this dude, Andre, from the airport. I have no idea who this guy is. And so he gets in my car and he's talking to me a little bit like I'm the boss.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? He was kind of talking to me about like, so blah, 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 and asking me questions. I'm like, man, he's asking me a lot of questions for this being both of our first time.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I've never done this before, right? Like, this is my first blitz too.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, for real? They had this, rookie pick me up from the airport? I'm like, yeah. So we got to know each other or whatever. And when we got to Waco, we ended up being on 2 different teams. But then one thing or another, I ended up being on his team. And it was that first day, we went out, we knocked doors. I get back with Andre and he's in the car and he's like, I just can't get people to listen to me, right? I just can't get people to listen to me. And I watched the transformation happen. This is funny because you're involved in this too. But the very next day, he lets go and stops trying to be something he isn't, and he just decides to be. Because Andre isn't straight up and down businessman, right? But there's a lot of you that he can look at as an example and be like, okay, I have to be that, right? And so I watched him go to the door and make the decision to just be Andre, which isn't that. He's a guy that you guys all probably have a friend like Andre. He's just down to earth, and I watched, and his pitch changed, and boom, Bill. Next door, hey guys, we're just here qualifying, just laid back Andre, Bill. And it was Bill after Bill after Bill after Bill, right? And so everything just changed. And same thing for me, we were going back to back. But no, you and Ian were talking earlier about the bus, or the tour bus. Do you want to put context in there?
Yeah, you want to pull the RV up right here?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. But y'all pulled up in the bus, and it barely fits on this little street that we're knocking on.
Crazy.
Right, exactly. Like y'all pulled up, and it's me and Andre. And at that point, neither one of us, no deals, had never been in-house. Yeah. Right? It's the beginning of our journey. First 10 minutes that you guys are out there knocking, we got in-house. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And but anyways, it was that quick that it changed. So long story short, first blitz, Andre is the top producer. Center. Yep. 7 deals. Yep. I'm number 2, 6 deals. Yep. Right? So the dude that I just randomly picked up from the airport, both of us have 0 experience in this whatsoever. There's a team of 2 billion people on it. Yep. And we were number 1 and number 2. It just happened to be it. It was like a Cinderella story, right? And so then we come out the next blitz. Number 1 producer. Back to back. Andre. Yep. Are we really doing this again? Yeah, are we really doing this again? 6 deals. Yep. I'm number 2 again. 5 deals. Play that clip right here.
We're on another blitz now. It's a new day, right? New time, but who has the most deals on this blitz?
Oh, I do.
Oh, damn, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
Wait, who has the second most deals this blitz?
Oh, you do.
Oh, shit, are we doing it again?
Oh, yeah.
Back to back, baby. Don't let it happen.
That was awesome.
It was a good time. It gets competitive. And then by the 3rd time, now I'm a closer. Yeah, right?
Season 10.
Yeah, season 10. I'm a closer. And so that's totally another thing, right? Because now, other than self-genning, my success is on the backs of my friends, the people I recruited, right? Yep. And so now they're starting their experience that I just started 2 months ago, where they're coming in fresh and like, what's it gonna be, right?
What do you attribute the success to? Was it like
those guys?
Was it with Andre and you? Like, was it like the competition? Was it the brotherhood? Was it all the above? Like, what was it?
Yeah, it's
because you guys are from different parts of the country. He's from Ohio. Right. You're from Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
It is in a weird way, like, not to make it weird to put it on the level, but it is just love for, like, I love that we're out here to work. And I love that we're gonna knock more doors than everybody else. And
earlier,
I love that I'm gonna see this dude who I like make success for his family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I like that we're going to do it together. And I like that nobody else is expecting us to win. And so having that positivity and that love and he wants to see me win, I want to see him win, we want to outwork everybody. That was it.
Huge wise. You're both family men.
Dude,
Huge wise.
You beat your chest a little bit when you go, everybody else is asleep. Everybody else is taking a lunch break. They just went and bought an $8 cheeseburger.
Yep.
And you just got a bill that might make you $4K. Why? How can I sit down and eat for an hour?
No, we go
You know
hard.
what I mean?
Yep.
Exactly. And so the same thing happened on back-to-back blitzes, looking at that dude and having confidence and remembering, seeing himself, because sometimes it's hard to look at yourself, right? Because you may think that it's a fluke on you, right? Like, dang, I came in and just had success, like maybe that won't happen again. But I could look across at Andre and from the outside see, like, same thing. Came in as a rookie, knocked it out of the park.
Yep.
We're going to do it again.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Now let's talk about the transition. So setting appointments, easiest job you'll ever have for the most amount of money you can ever make. You're literally just taking 5, 10, 15, sometimes 30 minutes to set the appointment. Solar specialist comes in, closes it down. But setting is the hardest part of the job for sure, because you have to go out there and generate leads out of thin air, right? The script, it's, we're going to teach you what to say, but then it's your job to go out there and get into as many conversations as possible. So you guys both accomplished that. How did you go then from that, season 8 and 9 to season 10, closing 9 out of 10 deals as a closer on your first blitz? How did you do that? And what's your biggest advice for everybody watching so they can go do that on their third blitz?
Okay. So first I'll talk about my guys coming in, right? So now I have 10 people sitting in front of me who want to do the same thing I did starting 2 months ago.
Yep.
And I have to instill in them, I want to repeat the formula. Like, y'all got us pumped up, right? So first it was the energy, right? So instill them with energy. This should be something you can get up and get excited about. You get excited to go to something, we're across the street from Six Flags right now, but you and your buddies get excited to go ride a roller coaster for 2 hours, right? Be excited about the fact that this may be the opportunity that changes everything.
That is huge.
Right. So you have to literally get up about it. This isn't McDonald's. This is not, I have to clock in and there you almost get awarded for the monotony, right? Like you just have to get through the day. But this, you need to get up. So getting my guys full of energy was the first thing. Completely committing to that. Because we live in a weird generation where like you get shamed for caring. You get shamed for trying.
Like, all that dude's over the top.
Right. Exactly. Like if you try, you're not cool.
Like, is that dude for real?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so, but you need that.
Yep.
Because that's what's going to make you push harder than everybody else. You're willing to do something for success that other people are not. So instilling them with that energy.
But real quick with that too, don't expect other people to have that same energy as you, because you have that energy, you have that drive. You can never expect other people to understand why that is, because those people are not you. Those people do not have the same energy or the same drive or the same why as you. So never expect other people to understand why you're the way that you are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So getting my guys energized about an opportunity that could change their life forever, and then also all the things that I felt like made me successful, which was working harder than the other people. When I look to my left and my right, doing it with love. I really think that that's the key. Like, I think that is the thing. Those guys that I brought in, and you guys talk about it all the time, we get to pick who we work with. Like, when you go through your head and you're starting to build your own team, you get to think about like, okay, well, I've got blah, blah, blah. He'll jump into this full. But the thing is, we all care about each other. So again, that same thing that Andre and I had, where I'm like, dang, I want to see this dude be successful. And so he pushed me and I pushed him. That same thing happened where I know what this dude looked like when he was 14 years old. And you know what I mean? And I know how long this dude's been struggling through what he's been struggling through and how important it is for his life to change right now. So I want it almost as bad as he does for him. And the same exact and every single one of my guys that came on had that same exact feeling about each other. I knew you when you were right. So picking those people that you know and you love, like the team was just too strong to fail. But then transitioning actually to what me being a closer.
Like, how did you learn it so quick and be able to go out there? And I can just see you in home, like really like getting into it with these homeowners and them being excited about it. Sales is a transfer of energy. You want to inject and infect them with your enthusiasm, or they'll eject and reject you. That's what you did, didn't you, bro? Going into home. Did you stick to the script? You said you learned your own script. How did you go about closing all these deals?
It's a performance.
Right.
From beginning to end, you walk in and it's like red curtain opens up. Right. Everything they're analyzing the way that, and that's the thing, is mastering understanding that you're being watched, but not behaving as if you're being watched. So for example, and I'll just talk about one thing because I'm not going to get into all of it, but so I will emphasize something that is extremely important to kind of diverge their focus. So for example, I will let them know like this, just like this. If you do not put this federal tax credit back in, it will not be this price, right? And so doing that with them, having them looking at them like that, like you understand.
Yeah.
So now they've assumed that this is the worst of it.
Right.
I've made them feel that way. If you don't do this, right? And now, so they're not looking, because they're looking for a bad. They're looking for a reason out. They're looking for why this is not real. They're looking for why it's not good to be it's too good to be true. Give it to them.
Yeah.
The bad part is you have to qualify. You have to have a credit score of 650 or above. Right? Which isn't even that bad. But that you make it that bad, you have to qualify. Right? And if you don't put this federal tax credit back in, right? And so now we're comfortable because they're like, oh, okay, now I understand what I have to look out for. I've shown it to them. You know what I mean? So, and just little things like that, But
game changer stuff though. Do you feel like it took you a while to learn the performance, the presentation, or was it pretty easy for you? Did you pick it up pretty quick? Because once you sit at home 5-10 times, you get it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, yeah, it was super quick.
Your first time sitting in that seat, was it like, oh, it's a hot seat, or no?
I got to practice on my, so I'm lucky that the first person that I got to close was one of my buddy's parents. Okay, so that, and I've known them forever, so that was, I got to get the jitters out of the way, which I actually don't think I performed super well in that because of that. You know what I mean? Like there's a level of professionalism that I guess they've known me forever, you know what I mean? But no, I'm gonna be honest, like the seat wasn't so hot because I believe in it. I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to be ashamed of. I feel so confidently in all of these things that I'm about to tell you that if you're an understanding person, there's no reason you wouldn't do this. And if I tell you at the end of it, you choose not to do it, well, that's on you, and that's okay. I did my job. So it really is, it's such a good product. It's such a thing to believe in. The savings are so real that you have no reason to be nervous if you know all of those facts and you know how to present it in a way that is understandable, that they can follow your train of thought. It's done. It's done. It's done. And it was that almost every single time. Even so, 10 appointments, 9 of them closed. The one that didn't still is not dead. He just simply said his thing was, I'm gonna go seek out people who have solar and see that they're satisfied. That's not dead. So it really could be 10 out of 10. And it's just that. You just believe, I believe in it. I don't have to pretend to believe in it. I don't have to pretend to get them to believe in it. I believe in it. Right?
I love it. I love it.
Just be.
So you got these 10 hats right here. You want to grab them real quick so everybody can see it. We got the squad coming out here for season 1. Guys, we're doing something different. We're going to call it New Beginnings. We just ran 10 blitzes last 10 months, and now we're running chapter 2. For the next 10 months, you guys are going to see us going out here continually every single month breaking records. So with that being said, bro, you got all your hats here. You're going to be building a team. What is your game plan? Like, where do you see yourself 10 months from now? What are some things that you're going to be working on getting better at? And what's your message for LumiBro Nation as we continue on our quest of being the #1 team in America?
I think, and I'll botch the quote or whatever, but something my dad taught me at a young age was if you want to do something, you have to learn from somebody who has done it. And that's very simple, but we do the opposite of that all the time. And that's no disrespect to teachers. I literally taught 6th grade theater for...
I went to school to be a teacher,
Exactly. I taught 6th grade theater for 2 years, and but you have to find somebody who's done it. I'm looking at somebody who's done what I want to do. I would like to have a team as big as you have, right? So finding that person, following in the footsteps. So as far as a goal, I've heard y'all say, how many months ago did y'all start the Lumi Bros?
Like 9-10 months ago. 10 months ago.
Okay. So if that's where I am in the timeline, I'm trying to follow the blueprint. I'm trying to, that is my goal. Right? I want to have a Lumi Bros size team in the same amount of time, if not quicker than what y'all did. Right? And if I'm following by your example, there's no way I could fail. So that, and also I'm blessed that I'm living in it, right? That Texas is the place, and you know what I mean? So it doesn't have to stop. So Yeah.
We're out here and we're in Arlington, Texas, at the headquarters right now, getting to hang out with Gucci Ian every single day. Ian Atkinson, double Golden Door Award winner. But also just like, dude, like you can't deny the fact that you've done this for yourself. And that's what we always say, like, no one will do it except for you. Like, you did this, bro. You came out here and closed 9 out of 10 deals on the last blitz. You've gotten 20 deals since you started. It's going to be a life-changing thing, bro. Now it's about all these hats. You know, these guys coming out here and making $100,000 a month. This guy making, you know, $50,000 in a month. And so it's an exciting time to be alive, bro. We've never had an opportunity like this in our entire life. And we're blessed to be able to get to hang out with really, really high-quality, funny people like you, bro. You know, put that on, you know. Marcus, guys, is dropping music videos. You know, he's very fun to work with, and that's what we always say. Like, rule number 1, work hard. Rule number 2, have fun. Rule number 3, work hard. It's like, you know, a lot of people, you can always find the negative things in life, but it's about finding the good things in life, right? And everybody is going solar, right? Everybody's going solar. It's just a matter of, are they going solar with you, or are they going solar with the next guy? And you said it. You said there, it just made sense. The numbers make sense. The savings make sense. Going solar makes sense. And it's our job to go in there and be able to clearly and effectively communicate that to the homeowner. And you're doing that, you know? So appreciate you for being out here, bro. Love having you be a part of the squad, and we're just going to keep doing what we're always doing, which is breaking records, and no one's going to stop us except for ourselves. No one's going to, you know, be able to do anything to, you know, inhibit our success. And I think it's like Nate always says it, before our greatest blessings come our greatest, like, you know, the devil will try to stop, you know what I mean? So it's like, even coming here this morning, I was really excited to do this podcast. Like, my car got towed last night, bro. Oh my gosh, dude. Like, I want to throw my blender bottle at the wall. Like, I'm mad, you know what I mean? But we just, you know, we went to the tow place, we got the car, and we came here. And we'll put a picture here. I got like the numbers on my car. No, it's not good, bro. I gotta get a new car. But dude, appreciate you having you on the podcast, bro. You've only been here for 3 months, and you've done what other people are gonna do in 3 years, 30 years, you know? People are literally out here going into poverty with the times that we're in right now, and we're blessed to be a part of the modern day gold rush, the greatest transfer of wealth of our generation. So thank you for being on the podcast, bro. It's been an absolute honor, pleasure. And just to wrap it up, man, what's your message to Lumi Bro Nation? Any inspiration or words of encouragement, or just what they can expect from us in the future?
Take the leap, jump, buy into yourself, put your back against the wall, feel pride about operating under pressure. The thing is already in you. You just have to believe in it. Whatever that thing is, that single thing that makes you different from the person to your left or your right, it is valuable. You are somebody's cup of tea. Just go. Just be. That's my one thing. Just be. Just do it.
Incredible. All right, guys. We'll get out there, keep on breaking records, and we'll see you guys in the doors.